means. Okay. Great. Well, welcome to your Sunday. Welcome to your space. Welcome to your breath and your flow and everything that's happening in life is here to teach us something. So just bring it in. Okay, as I say that, before we actually start, let's take our arms up in the air. Just get nice and long. Feel free to wiggle your fingers up there and just take a few breaths with these arms up. Yes, and then let your eyes close, your jaw drop. And see if you can lengthen yourself a little taller. The shoulders can rise and fall. And the smile is your best friend to relaxing the muscles in the face. Okay, so I know we're all old enough to remember TV antennas. So imagining your palms are little antennas and just kind of move them a little bit until you feel, oh, that's the spot. Good. And we'll just take 2 more breaths just like this, lengthening and softening and receiving through the little antennas in your palms, these energetic centers. And then bringing these palms together and drawing them down through the midline to rest at the heart space, or if you feel you want to go down lower belly space, wherever you want to drop them. Good. Take a nice big breath in, sigh it out through your mouth. And we'll add our voices and chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 And bowing your chin, bring your thumbs, the whole length of the thumbs, to rest along the center of the forehead. Release the head into the hands, and the thumbs are just going to hold it there. We're going to drop the shoulders, drop your jaw. And then with your thumbs pressing into the center line of your forehead, draw the skin of the forehead down. See if you can lengthen through the back of your neck. And then staying in this shape, we're going to change the cross of the legs. Inhale. And as you exhale, just let the head be. Release your hands to your knees. Good. And then take the belly back as if you're almost doing like a cat pose. Chin can come in a little more. We'll just do some seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, lift from the shoulders, lift yourself tall. Roll the shoulders back, take the heart forward, lift your chin. Maybe you look up, and then inhale to lengthen, and exhale and take it back. And we'll just do this a few times. I'm going to add the tongue in the next round. So just continue on. Okay, I'm going to take it back. And the next time you come forward and look up, you're going to stick your tongue out as far as you can. And get a little lion's breath. Okay, let's do a few more. Your tongue is a muscle connected to your throat, connected all the way down. Good. Okay, one more. And we're going to come forward, tongue stick out, exhale. And now walk your hands forward and just bring it into a forward fold here. Whatever feels good, let your head go. You know, I love a little sway here, side to side, just to open. And just to feel, yes, you can change the cross of your legs. I know we're an opposite cross sometimes. That's like very uncomfortable. So do what you got to do. Good. Okay, I'm staying with this opposite cross. As I say that, I change my legs. I'm going to stay with the opposite cross. You do whatever you need to do. Okay, we're going to stay here. You're going to feel your hands on the floor. You're going to push the floor away. And then we're going to pull the floor forward. So we're doing cat-cow here again, but just changed it. Feel free to close your eyes as you tuck in. And if it feels like you want to open your eyes and look up as you come forward, do that. Good. Just find this flow. Like, this is the most important thing you're doing. Like, it's just feeling the connection of the floor, movement of your spine. Okay, and then settle into like halfway between each of these. I'm staying with the opposite cross. Change your legs if you need to. Keep the left hand where it is. Lean to the left and reach your right arm up. And then exhale. Bring it down. Inhale and switch. Good. Just do this. Opening, connecting to the grounding. And the awakening, the receiving. Good. Okay, next time the right arm lifts, and stay here. I'm going to take this right hand behind the head. And I'm just going to bring it down. Maybe you touch the left arm and you lift it up. Just do this a few times. You feel the head connecting to the hand. You're just going to go as far, obviously, as your body says okay today. Maybe one more. Good. Okay, and then we'll switch sides. You can start by lifting the left arm. Yes. I'll say this too, a block under your hand might be good, even though we're almost done. Okay, last one. Good. Take the hands down, walk them back, come up, stretch your legs out. Yes, that's it. Take your time, move your little feet. Okay, so we're going to start on your back. Let's start with the blanket roll. So we'll take one blanket. I like to fold it in a third first, and then I'll give it a nice little roll. And we're going to put this underneath the chest. Go like that. And then you know your body. If you need more support for the back of your head, you put that in. Otherwise, you put the shoulders on top. I'm going to actually hold the head for a moment. The knees are bent, feet are on the floor. Just be here. I'm going to slide forward in a moment, but here we are. Settling. And then once you're like, feel the blanket, feel my feet on the floor. You're going to press in, lift the hips, slide the body over the blanket roll. So I feel the skin of the shoulder blades gently pull down. Then you'll set your hips down, open your arms out. And here's where you'll be like, oh, this is too much. I need a blanket under my hips or under my head. So you're going to put it there. Okay, I'm going to heel toe the feet nice and wide. Pigeon toe your feet, bring the knees in to touch. And that's it. Just breathe. Okay. So nice big breath in through your mouth. Sigh it out so you sink a little deeper. And then feel your feet on the floor. So pigeon toe the feet, the knees are together. You're going to lift the hips up a little bit and just sway them side to side. Just a little hula. Okay, and then lift your hips, lower them down to the floor, and we're going to stay here for a few more breaths. Perhaps your arms are going to come over your head if this feels okay for you. And then the last thing I'm going to do is separate the knees and straighten the legs. They can be farther apart. They don't have to touch. Allowing yourself to receive this little lift in your chest. Opening the breath. And nice big breath in. Sigh it out. We're going to bend the legs again. Don't do it yet, because there's always one leg that wants to go first. So feel what that is, and then bend the opposite one. And take your feet to the floor. Take your hands, interlace them behind your head. We're just going to lift the head up off the floor just as high as your chest. And then let the head hang heavy into the hands. You might need to pull the backs of the shoulder blades down a little bit. Find this. Okay, I'm going to bring the elbows in either side of the head. Lift the chin towards the chest. So now we've changed a little bit of the angle. Just feel all of that. So I'm going to sneak in a little bit of abs here. So with this support underneath the chest, you might heel toe your feet a little closer together. We're going to bring the right knee in, touch the left elbow to the right knee or outside of the right knee, and then just switch. And just take your time. Match your breath. You exhale as you bring it in. Inhale as you release. Maybe for you it's opposite. It's very conscious of your breath. Okay, so this is good. And if you want to take it up a little bit more, then when you bring elbow to knee, we're going to straighten the leg. I might even hover it off the floor as I bring the other one in. And then maybe both legs are just hovering and you're pedaling and you're doing this. Okay, we're going to juice it up a little more. So the next time elbow comes to knee, I'm going to straighten that arm. And then is that the dog? Okay. So whatever you're doing, it's all good. Place where you can smile and breathe and be. Okay. Do maybe 2 more on each side. Good. Okay, bring your knees in. Bring the elbows to the knees so you make yourself small. You could still be holding behind your head, or maybe you hold your feet. 2 breaths. Good. Okay. Just release your feet to the floor. Let's just roll over to one side. We're going to press ourselves up. Take this blanket, roll out. You could put it up ahead for maybe your head, and then we're just going to come back and lie down. Okay. Good. I think I'm going to get all of this stuff in right away. So, okay, blanket is maybe behind your head, maybe not. Just take a few breaths. Just receive the floor. Let your tummy relax. Maybe you take your hands and give your tummy a little massage if it needs a little mushing and appreciation and love and gratitude for all that's contained within there. Beyond that extra 5 pounds. So crazy, right? It's all you. It's all good. Okay, I'm going to take this blanket out from behind the head. Just move it up a little bit. And bring the arms down by your sides. And then, plant the upper arms, lift the chest, and then place the chest back down. It's just going to get everything there. I'm going to bend the elbows. Palms are going to face each other. And then feel your feet. Maybe you walk them in a little closer to your hips. We're going to lift and lower a few times, but we'll do it through cat-cow. So stay as you are. Exhale and soften to the floor. As you inhale, arch your back. And as you exhale, you let the back come down, tail lifts, and then we press into the feet. We're going to lift the hips. We'll inhale here. And exhale and lower. Good. Let the arch come in. Exhale, lift yourself up, and you just find your own flow now. Just lifting and lowering. And if you're all good to take your arms over your head as you do this, you might even rest on that blanket. Just get a little stretch. I want to say stretch through the spine, but maybe lengthening. With the arms stretching, we open up the sides of the ribs a little bit. Okay, we'll do 2 more. Good. And then once you come all the way down, let's just stretch the legs out. Your arms can go wherever feels good. Good. Okay. I have the legs are a little wider apart, maybe mat distance apart. I'm going to just bend the left leg, put the left foot on the floor. Heel toe your left foot a little bit to the left, and maybe the toes turn out. And we're going to plant that foot. You're going to roll onto your right side, just like you're stretching. Extend your arms. Bring that left knee in, and then come back onto your back. And we'll just do that same side 2 more times. Just a nice good morning stretch. So take your time. Because there's nowhere to go but change sides. So once you come down and stretch the left leg and bend the right, and then create some room, like walk that right foot out, turn the toes out, and then lifting the right side, extend your right arm. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Good. And the next time you roll onto the left side, let's just come up. We're just coming up to sitting. I'm going to take this blanket roll, and it probably needs a re-roll. And this time we're going to go lengthwise. Okay. I'm going to put it down. You're going to see how it is for you. Maybe it's, you can always make a less roll. And then we'll just sit on the floor behind it. Yes. And then you're just going to lie down and feel like, okay, I'm lining myself up. Spine is on the blanket. You take your hands over top and there's a little bit sticking out, just tuck it under so you have a little extra head support. And then I'm going to take the arms out to the side. I'm going to bend the knees, find that, basic resting pose with your knees. So the knees come together, the feet are pigeon-toed a little bit. You might feel a little discomfort between the shoulder blades, but that's kind of where we're going. Okay, nothing to do but simply be. Feel your breath with this nice opening in the breath. You have your sacrum on the floor. We're almost, honoring the natural lumbar curve. Good, okay. So it is a little, there's a bit of balance maybe involved. I'm going to take the arms, reach them up to the sky, cross the left arm over the right, give yourself a little hug. So you put your hands maybe at the backs of your shoulders or wherever they're going to touch. And I'm just going to rock a little bit side to side here. So the feet are there to help balance. And the smile is always good. It's just like, so good to be with you, Joe. But you say your own name. So good to be with you. Good to be with you. Good. Okay. And then we'll just settle in here. Still keep the arms where they are. Start to bring the elbows down to the chest, like you're just, pushing in a little more. You can take the shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to add that neck lengthening we're playing with. So I'm just going to lift the head just a little bit, lengthen through the sides of the neck, put it back down. I'm going to make it, it's always like, what's next? Maybe you heel toe your feet in a little bit. I still have the knees touching. I'm just going to lift the hips just so they're almost in line with the spine. See if you can melt your glutes and smile and all that good stuff happening. Maybe even wave your hips a little bit side to side. Feel your inner inchworm or snake or jellyfish or, your animal connection. Okay, and then we'll lower the hips, open the arms, do nothing. And just notice if anything has changed. Maybe you feel more comfortable, more settled on this blanket. The breath is starting to open. Okay, same thing, other side. So take the arms up, right arm crosses over the left. Find your shoulders here. And then we'll just start with this. Oh, so good to see you. Just rocking side to side. Feel your breath. Notice if you've closed your eyes. All good. If they're open, they're soft. If they're closed, just looking inwards. Okay, bring it to center. Like readjust whatever you need to. You're going to just find that length in the head again. Okay. And feeling into your feet. Know you're going to lift your hips. The knees are together. The thighs are together if that works. And then see if you can soften the glutes a little bit. Maybe you need to soften the jaw. And then sway your hips a little bit side to side. All this wiggling. Good medicine. Good medicine. Okay. And we'll come to center and we'll lower down, open your arms out. Maybe you're going to stretch your legs out and just hang out here. Okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to come off this. I'm going to just come straight up because, that's good medicine. Or you roll to the side. I'm going to reach the arms up to the sky, lift the head, and then just keep coming. Oh, so good on this blanket roll. If you only come up a little bit, all the way, maybe we come all the way back. I'm going to do it maybe 3 times because, how often do you have a blanket roll here to just massage your spine and to feel into? But if you've already come up, you just sit and enjoy. And then once we're all up, so good. Okay, let's just sit for a moment. I'm going to take this blanket roll and just drop it there. Okay, let's grab your blocks. So put one on either side. And, well, let's take a strap too. Let's have that handy. Okay, we're going to come back down. However you come down. You can put the blanket under your head if you like. We'll just pause here. Okay, we're going to take the blocks, maybe 2 blocks. They can be friends. They can go together, go any height. 1 block. We're going to lift the hips and put the blocks underneath. So, here's second height. I just put the 2 blocks together. Just really support everything really nicely. You probably don't need anything under your head if you're here. Okay, we're just going to breathe here. So we're starting, it's a little bit of an upside down. Okay, so hopefully you're in it, you're settled. Now just put your mind in the back of your head. Press the back of the head into the floor. You feel your chest lift. Maybe you can even bring the shoulder blades down a little bit, like that blanket rolls underneath. And then let it all go, relax. Good. Okay, I'm going to take a little windshield wiper here. So that's why we're using this nice wide block space. If you need to change the height, you're just going to take care of that. So heel toe your feet a little wider apart, and then just start to move side to side with the knees. Okay, I'm using this block, friends, to kind of get in. So, maybe there's a bit of cat-cow and the hips happening. You're just exploring this. How can you use this? Massage your back and open your hips and soften what needs to soften. Good. Right. Notice if you're clenching in your palms at all. You want to be softly receptive. Good. Okay, one more on each side. And then we'll bring the knees up. I'm going to heel toe the feet as if I'm lifting the hips. But it's just like maybe you feel your feet are underneath or your ankles are underneath your knees. Let's bring the left knee into your chest. Now here's where you might need your strap if it's really far away, or you can always hold behind the thigh. Now I'm going to take that right leg. I'm going to slide the heel along the floor, and it might just stay on the floor. That sometimes is like perfect for this inner hip crease. Yeah, or you lift it up. You feel. But whatever you're doing, that right leg, that heel is engaged, either pressing into the floor, it's pushing away from you. Can you soften your belly, your shoulders, your smile, your eyes? Okay, I'm going to keep the legs as they are. Maybe the right leg wants to come and rest. I'm going to stretch this left leg up to the sky. Take your arms down. Just look at your left leg there. Oh, so beautiful. We're going to roll that left ankle. So you're just rolling the foot. If you need to bend your knee, okay. Good. Go the opposite way if you haven't switched. And now we're just going to point and flex this foot. Maybe let the toes come in. This is, I sometimes imagine, I'm picking something off a tree up there. I'm just going to grab it with my toes. Okay, one more. And then we're going to rest with the left leg extended, the right leg resting on the floor. If you're feeling extra spicy, you can keep it lifted. I'm going to rest mine. Let the heart, the back rest. Okay, one more breath just like this. Good. Inhale, lift press the left heel to the sky. Now as you exhale, bend your left knee, take the heel down. Point the foot. Inhale to lift it up. And exhale, flex the foot and bend. Good. See if you can soften your right hip crease as you do this. So if you have the leg lifted, you're not going to be able to soften it. So maybe you need to let the leg rest. Okay, the next time the heel comes down, we're going to stay here. And we're going to paint horizontal lines as if there's a paintbrush on the sole of your foot. You're just going to go side to side, up this imaginary wall, and then down. So we're moving the knee, we're moving the hip. You're just watching your foot move like it's the first time you've seen it do this, and it's just, wow, look at that. We're just moving the hip. Yes. Okay. Good. And then as it comes down, maybe you give it a little hug. And then we're going to come to rest. So that could be knees bent, feet on the floor, legs stretched out. Take a moment to feel. Nice big breath. Yeah, you feel free to adjust your blocks. We're going to do all that on the second side. Okay, I'm going to bend the knees. Bring the right knee in. Use your strap or hold it wherever you need to. And then I'm going to slide the left heel along the floor. And then you can stay with the left heel on the floor or lift the leg if you wish. But you are extending through that left leg. It's almost like I make that left leg a little bit longer. One more breath. Okay, I'm going to let the left heel settle on the floor as I straighten the right leg up to the sky. Take your arms out to the side. And then you look at your right foot and start to move that ankle. That's the most important thing. Oh, how much mobility. Change direction. Okay, and then we're just going to point and flex this foot. Maybe the toes come in. But whatever's happening, notice if you're bringing any extra tension into your face, neck, shoulders. Good. And then flex the foot, press up through the heel, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bend the knee. And then we'll point the foot, inhale. Good. Not a complicated movement. We'll look at all the things that are moving. Can you soften your left, hip crease a little bit? Good. Okay, next time the heel comes down, keep it there, and we'll do this. We're going to paint some lines. So the hip is moving, the knee is moving, you're going up and down, and very beautiful artwork. Yes. All right. And then the next time the heel comes down, you hug it in and then release. And we'll just rest here for 2 more breaths and anticipate the magical experience awaiting you as you bend your knees, feet to the floor, lift your hips, take the blocks out, lower all the way down. Okay, I know that impulse is to hug the knees in, but we're going to go to windshield wiper first. So just rocking. Oh, everything feels so loose and grounded. Yes. Good stuff. Okay. And then we'll bring the knees into the chest. Now you can always use your strap. I'm just going to rock them in and out a couple times here. Good. And the next time they come in, your hands could be on your shins, your knees. You're going to exhale, drop the belly down, lift the chin, lift the chest, bring these knees in to wherever you go. Maybe you can hold your feet, but who cares? Behind the thighs, whatever you've got. I'm pushing the feet away a little bit here. I'm going to bring the shoulders down. One more breath. Good. And then lower yourself down, take your arms over your head. Maybe they rest on that blanket if it's there, feet to the floor. Feel your feet. We're going to lift and lower into little bridge. So as I exhale, I drop everything to the floor. Inhale, arch your back. And exhale, lift up. And then just find your own flow. I'm not going to cue you with the breath. You're just feeling like maybe the tailbone is initiating this movement. Good, let's do 2 more. Good, last one. And then come all the way down. Good. Okay. Stretch your legs out. Give yourself a nice big stretch here. Open your hands. Maybe you even flex your feet and do a little hip walking. Good. Okay. Well, we're going to come up again. So if you roll to one side to come up, you're going to roll to the other side. And if you're going to come up, I call this through the crypt. One day we'll all be there. It's all just practice. Okay, I'm going to do it 3 times. So if that's interesting, great. If it's, wow, I did it once and I'm up, then that's great. Okay, one more. All right, beautiful. Okay, and then I'm assuming we're all sitting. I'm going to take the hands behind, bend the knees, and we'll just do a seated cat-cow here. You're just rolling yourself. So the wrists are stretching, shoulders are stretching. Okay, and then find whatever center is. I'm going to lift the hips right up. So walk your feet in wherever they need to be. Feel your hands are going to support you. Open your heart, and then the hands press down, the feet press down. Come to reverse tabletop. We can breathe here, but if you feel like, I want to rock a little bit front to back, then we get a little ankle. We get a little shoulder. We get some breath. Oh, what's next, Joe? Well, next is to take one arm, reach up, and then switch. And then palms down, tush down, and we're going to come into cat pose here. So I just hug in. Drop your head, take your back back, and breathe. And then hug the knees in, get nice and long. Good. Okay, take your hands back behind you, heel till your feet, drop your knees to the right. We're gonna come to twist. I'm gonna turn the right hand. Oh, I say twist, but let's take a little lift interlude. Take that left arm over. And then take the hands down, tush down, and you just walk the hands behind. Now you have this blanket roll if you want to use it to support yourself. Just gonna lay like broccoli there. Lay down. Maybe your head wants to turn away from your knees. You could always use a bolster here too, right? You need a little more support. Okay, stay as you are. Where can you soften? How can you do less? Not overdo. I think this is like one of the greatest gifts of getting a little older. Feeling that need to not push or do more or just do less. Let the heart go, the shoulders go, the belly go, the jaw go. I'm going to say this. Let's say the only thing left is the breath. Let everything go. One more breath. Now, if you turned your head away from your knees, bring it back first so that the neck gets a moment. And then press yourself up. Okay, I'm just going to turn around. Now, I'm actually going to turn, but you just need to turn around, come back, and hands and feet here. And then we'll drop the knees to the other side. I'm going to turn the left hand. Oh, I'm going to take a little moment here. Just lift up, take the right arm over. Yes. And then bring it on down. Cute puppy alert. Walk your hands around so you're twisting. And then we'll come down and rest. Okay, maybe the head turns away. You're just like, oh, okay. How can I do less? You have some hip discomfort or anything that kind of shows up when we do these things. Well, here's your opportunity to go, okay, I see you. I know I'm holding something here to protect you. Maybe you need to keep that. And maybe you can start to let it go. Where can you do less? Where can you soften? The back of your heart, your jaw, your forehead. Tensing. I'm just going to turn the head back for a moment or two. Let everything realign. Use the hands and press up. Okay, so move this out of the way. Coming to lie full on the tummy for a moment. We're just going to take a little cobra play. So let's start by just, no props. Forehead resting. Here you are. Legs are extending. Good. Take a full breath in and sink in. And then you're going to lift your head and your chest. We're going to come onto the forearms. We're going to start with a little forearm sphinx here. So the shoulders are going to move back and you're going to anchor down into your elbows. Maybe you pull the chin in. Maybe the belly comes in. I'm going to breathe here. Okay, and then we did this shoulder stuff at the very beginning for this or for everything. So I'm going to take the left shoulder in, turn towards the right shoulder, and then just move side to side a couple times. Okay, one more on each side. Nice. Okay, and then lower down. And if that was like enough for your back, you're just going to repeat that. Otherwise, take your hands underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers, anchor the feet, lift the shoulders up. Then you push into the hands and you come up. You don't have to straighten your arms. We're going to do the same thing. Just looking over one shoulder, let the other shoulder move. Let your hips move. Whatever needs to happen. Good. Okay, and then you're going to come to your center. Maybe you lift up a little more, but it's cobra, shoulders back, heart up. Okay, I'm going to lower down. I'm going to bring the chin in, curl up, almost like I'm doing a cat cow here. You're just going with whatever works. Don't worry about how it looks. It's your experience. I'm going to do two more. Yes. Okay. And then last moment, you're going to come down. We're going to lift ourselves up into like airplanes. So maybe the arms come out, the legs come up, the chest lifts, the head lifts, and you're like flying here. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Breathe, smile, your own strength. And relax. Like deeply breathe and let go. Okay, press up and back to child's pose. I'm going to use that blanket roll. So you just press yourself up. Maybe you come to sit for a moment. Take your blanket roll. Just going to shove it into the tummy. Some of you might even want to fold it in half and make more. So that we're going to open the back. Now the knees can go wide. Come over. Hands come down. You wiggle. You know, you have your blocks nearby if you need to support your head. You know, the knees can come together too, and that's, you know, might give you more. So use your props. Okay, I want you to be like, let's say 75% comfortable here. So if that's not happening, you can see I have my block on the highest height. And just imagine, you know, you might even take a hand and just hold the back or both hands to your back and you can rub your sacrum. Just feel you're inviting the breath here. You're inviting the softness in here. Just take, two more breaths. Two more of my breath. Okay. All right, friends, and then we'll come out of this and move all your props. And we're going to set up for legs up the wall. And I'm going to do it in a really nice, almost, you know, not, okay, I'm using the bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you know, use a blanket under your head. Okay. So I want to have some space here. I'm not taking the hips right to the wall. Move the bolster up. It's just for your head. And then the heels will go at the wall. And then you'll play with, you know, how close you want to be or whatever works. Okay. And then we're just going to be here for a few moments. It's feeling like the hips, the sacrum, whatever's resting on the floor. is resting. Good. Okay. Settle yourself. Oh, I love that actually. Settle yourself. Okay. So I do have my legs right together. I'm going to bring the left knee in and then cross it over. So the ankle might go, settle on the leg. But if you know you can go deeper, you might even cross the knee right over. Okay, I'm going to change the camera angle. Okay, and we're just going to let this be. So the right leg might walk to the right a little bit. You're going to play. You're not looking for anything other than opportunity here. Take one more full breath. I'm going to bend this right leg, put the right foot where it needs to be, adjust what you need to adjust here. And then once you're here, you balance your hips. How do you do that? You're going to feel. You soften your head, your eyes. I'm not looking for, hopefully this is not bringing up much. It just is what it is. Let the back rest. Let the shoulders rest. Okay. I'm going to wave this, just a very gentle waving of the knees, and it's almost like you're massaging the sacrum side to side. And then just rest here, or if you're like, oh, I really want to hug the knees in, then here's your chance to do that, and keeping everything relaxed for the next few breaths, whatever works for you. Okay. And then we'll stretch both legs up again. Just pause and feel what's shifted. And then just exhale, soften, we'll cross the right, maybe the right knee right over, or the right ankle. Maybe the left leg wants to walk to the left a little bit. Just feeling here, whatever's present. And it's really about the any tightness, these little tiny places that we can explore as we, air quote, rest. Okay. Let it go exactly as you are. When you bend the left leg, put the left foot against the wall. And maybe wave the knees a little bit side to side. And I'll just settle in. That could be foot at the wall, might just be exactly, perfect. But if you want to hug it in without lifting your tailbone, if the tailbone lifts, and what I see hard rear pulls it in, the tailbone starts to lift, so you keep the foot at the wall. We have a lifetime to get where we need to go, whatever that is. Soften yourself, do less. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take we'll unwind, feet at the wall. Okay, so we're moving into our final few moments. Maybe this is a perfect legs up the wall for you. And if you're like, no, I want to go closer, I want to be full legs up the wall, then do that. I'm going to do that as I say that. So I'll just take the bolster up and over. Okay, but if you want to just set up for a beautiful shavasana and you're like, I just need to relax, that's all good too. Okay, bring the heating pads in to have them. And I'm gonna also wrap a blanket over my legs just to kind of keep them together. You want to have your, depending on where you're going, you know, here I have the hips supported, just like with the multitude of blocks you used. But if you have the head supported, your legs up, that's good medicine. Right, puppy, sandbag is always great. All right, friends. And you know, if your mind has been very busy, you might take your hands and just massage your forehead, your temples, even your head, your eyebrows for a few moments. Just, you know, the receptivity of your hands, you know, these antennas that receive can be great healers. So you can also put these hands anywhere on your body that needs a little extra. And finding your way back to this idea of how little can I do here? I receive the benefit of rest, conscious, constructive rest. And that doesn't mean you're on the verge of falling asleep. It might. But what it means is that, you know, we have this superhighway of body sending messages to brain constantly, and then brain maybe has one lane to go back, but we want to switch that. We want the mind to relax, to invite the rest of the body to join it. And that is a practice, never happens. You think of your first Shavasana, that certainly did not happen. So every day, we practice an invitation to do less, to be present, and to simply be. If you're happy in the pose you chose, then stay. If you'd like to shift into lying flat on the floor, whatever props you like, just do that now, nice and easy. Come back to soft eyes, soft jaw, soft heart. Soft belly. Soft feet.
Staying as you are, resting in your stillness for as long as it feels good and time allows. We're going to come out here, then starting by noticing your breath as it is. Slowly inviting that breath to fill you. Container you are, the length, the width, and to the depths. And as that breath starts to fill and elongate, feeling that energy move through your hands, your feet, your fingers, your toes. Moving in a way that feels nourishing and slow. You're just tuning into micro movements, the joy of moving. Eventually you come to rest on your side and giving yourself time there. 3, 4, 5 breaths there. Allowing everything to settle. As if that, oh, I don't you carry yourself. Oh, I got you. And once you do come up, then nothing to do but just be in that space for a moment or two. It's resonance of your practice. What's shifted and changed and yes. Bringing your hands together at your heart or on your heart and honoring all that you are and all that you bring to your mat today. Seal this practice with one Om together and start by inhaling to lengthen. You'll release that breath completely and then inhale fully. Breathe into your hands, anything you need. And then offer that to yourself. And if you're practicing with someone else, you offer it to them, and then we offer it out. Joy and love and presence and all that is. Namaste. Thank you, friends. Have a great rest of your day. And see you soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. So much love.